Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session. Today is February 27th, 2008, and we'll begin with the being led by the Pledge of. Just my words aren't working today. We will begin today being led by Commissioner Brown in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. First, we'll begin with, I believe we have guests today. Katie White with Age Friendly Columbus, Director of the Age Friendly Columbus Director, and Bill Armbruster, the AARP Age Friendly Communities National Advisor. Going to come forward. Welcome to Franklin County.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us today, Commissioners. It's nice to be back. It hasn't been too long.
I know.
I hope I'm making
weeks,
this
yeah.
a regular occurrence here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us this morning. I'm so excited to bring with me Bill Armbruster from AARP. As I mentioned last time, the World Health Organization has designated AARP as the U.S. affiliate for this work, and Bill is the national advisor on this work. So he's in town today, and we're going around and introducing to everyone, and he's got some special words to share with you today. So I'd like
Great.
to introduce him.
Great, thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And this is an honor for me to be here on the day to announce that Franklin County has joined the network of age-friendly communities. You are community number 215, and since I woke up this
A
morning,
lucky one.
since I woke up this morning, we're now
We'd like to-
217.
We like to think of ourselves as community number one. But if
Well-
you say 215, okay, but we
But
think of ourselves as
you,
one.
you join good ranks. There's over 68 million people in this country who are in communities that are part of the network. That means 1 in 5 Americans are living in a community that are having this discussion. I think what's exciting is the leadership that's already been shown by this community through the partnerships with the county, with the city, with OSU. You're really in a good place. I mean, you have a long history of work with the senior levy that just supports the majority of the work. I mean, that's been in over 2.5 decades. You have a new FCOA director, Michelle Missler, who I had
Right.
the opportunity to meet yesterday, who's going to be starting. I think you're in great
March
hands.
1st, yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's my honor to present this, not only to talk about the future work that's going to come out with its dialogue, but to celebrate the work that you've already done that says we're already age-friendly, we want to be more age-friendly. So welcome to the network. And
Thank
may
you.
I approach?
I tell you, I don't know if this is your call, but we are missing one of our comrades here. He's on his way in, and so I would hate for him to have an opportunity to not be a part of the photo and a part of meeting you and whatnot. So if you want to stick around, I've been told he's not far away,
Okay.
or you can have the lovely Commissioner Brown and I. We don't. Trust me, Commissioner O'Grady will round off the picture very nicely.
He will.
But if
He
you want to go
would.
ahead, so it's your call.
No,
you can
we're-
wait a few minutes, and we can take it when he gets here. We'll break and redo it a little bit.
Perfect.
Or we can do it now.
If you can do it,
Wait.
that would be great.
Great.
Yeah.
And
All right.
then,
He's
welcome.
on his way.
Yeah.
Traffic gets in the way from
Yes.
where he's riding from.
Yeah. So stick around, and we'll bring you back up and do a photo. But thank you so much for the work that you're doing. We know that in Central Ohio, our baby boomer generation is becoming of age, and therefore we're working very diligently to come up with plans to accommodate that boom in our aging population. And it ranges everything from housing to how we are managing and thinking about our mass transit system. And so we really appreciate all of our partners and appreciate all of the work that you have done and will do as we work to make Central Ohio a stronger and better place for our aging families.
Great. Thank you.
So thanks for being here.
And I would add to that we've had policies in place for years on visitability standards for homes, for people to be able to stay in their homes past a time when in the past they wouldn't have been able to. For many years, this board has been on the forefront with the city, doing work, and asking our providers of affordable housing, rental housing, building new housings that we support to all be more friendly to everybody. And it benefits the entire community when you do that, including those who are of AARP age.
Yeah, one of the reasons we got into the work as an organization is when we looked at planning around the country, around the world, a lot of it was at youth and family. And family went from 18
Right.
to 118.
Right.
And we want to make sure
Yeah.
that communities are looking at all ages. So Franklin County is not just a great place to grow up, it's a great place to grow up and grow old, for all generations. So again, this is an honor and welcome.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you. Like I said, we'll call you back up as soon as Commissioner O'Grady gets here. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes from February 6, 2018 and February 15th, 2018 briefing session?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes,
The minutes have been approved.
thank you. First up, we have the coroner's office.
Resolution 14518, resolution authorizing a sub-grant award and contract with the Franklin County Coroner's Office for data improvement initiatives through the Ohio Department of Health's Ohio Coroner/Medical Examiner Data Improvement Project Grant.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, all. Commissioners, we respectfully ask for authorization to enter into a contract and receive grant funds to improve our information management system, known as Justice Tracks, to report mortality data to the Ohio Department of Health. The Violent Death Reporting System is a system designed to capture findings of unintentional overdose deaths. The purpose of the data is to inform public health of dangerous trends to allow for a strategic plan to be implemented to reduce or mitigate the threat. Currently, our reporting system is a cumbersome manual data pull conducted by our investigators during periods when they're not in the field. If approved to receive these grant funds, the coroner's office will upgrade Justice Tracks to automatically report the data to the Ohio Department of Health as each individual case closes, alleviating the burden from the staff and increasing the quality of the data that's provided to our state partner. I'd be happy to answer any questions. If none, we appreciate your consideration.
This will provide much better tracking and data to allow for public policy to happen in a better way. So I'm happy to move for passage of Resolution 14518.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 14518 has been adopted.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you. Next up, engineer's office. Oh, and apparently, we have a public meeting, and can the clerk please read the public hearing notes?
Public hearing regarding the establishment, altering, and widening of Sleepy Road, City of New Albany, Plain Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Great. I would like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience today who would like to speak on this matter in this public hearing? Seeing none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution 14618, establishing, altering, and widening of Sleepy Road, City of New Albany, Plain Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed engineer to file plat as necessary.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. With me today,
Carla Marable.
Commissioners, this first resolution is attached to the public hearing. It is for a project in the northeast part of the county in Plain Township. It is west of State Route 605 and south of Walnut Street. This is the second resolution in a series of two. It states that the project was viewed on February 20th and allows the project to move forward.
I'll move for passage of 14618.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 14618 has been adopted. Resolution 14718, resolution requesting southbound left turn restrictions on Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road, County Road Number 06, at Clark State Road, County Road Number 95, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this intersection is in the northeast part of the county. in Jefferson Township. It's an existing signalized intersection with one lane of traffic in each of the 4 directions. This intersection is experiencing significant congestion, and we are currently seeking funding sources for a future capital improvement project. But in the meantime, we recommend restricting the southbound left turns as a countermeasure until we can do additional improvements. That would be restrictions during the morning rush hours and the evening rush hours.
I'll move for passage of 14718.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
14718 has been adopted. Resolution 14818, final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee, $5, funds to the city of Worthington in the amount of $407,491.08.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks the final encumbrance of the $5 fee for the City of Worthington for the improvement of Huntley Road between State Route 161 and approximately 200 feet south of Schrock. The engineer has reviewed the plans and determined that the proposed usage and identified roadways are compliant with the allowable use of these funds.
I'll move for approval of 14818.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 14818 has been adopted. Resolution 14918, resolution authorizing a contract with the Zation and Rich Company, LPA, consultants to provide legal and consulting services related to equal employment opportunity training and personnel employment issues in the amount of $12,000.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks authorization to enter into an agreement with Zashin and Rich to provide legal consulting services. Zashin and Rich provide harassment training to our staff as well as HR consulting services, and we've used them in the past.
I'll move for passage of 14918.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 14918 has been adopted. Resolution 15018, approval of the Nottingham Trace Phase 1 subdivision plat, City of New Albany, Plain Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution seeks approval of the Nottingham Trace Phase 1 subdivision plat. The proposed subdivision is located in the City of New Albany, and that's in Plain Township. As part of this project, the developer will realign and vacate a portion of Schleppe Road. The engineer has reviewed the plat, and we request approval.
Move approval of 15018.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 15018 has been adopted.
Continued growth in the Northeast, huh?
Yes.
It is booming.
Very nice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, Resolution 15118, resolution authorizing a transfer of funds for the Stormwater Management Program.
Commissioners, as you know, I serve as the county engineer, but also as the county drainage engineer. This is an annual resolution that we present this time of year for the first half of the cash needed for operating expenses for that stormwater program.
Very important.
Yes.
I'll
Had a lot of drainage
Oh, I know.
issues here lately.
They
Have
do.
there been big flooding?
We've been fortunate in that we've not had to close any roads due to flooding. Very fortunate in that regard, but we have received many calls, approximately a dozen over the past 2 weeks. So we're staying on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll move for passage of 15118.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 15118 has been adopted.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners, up. And since we have Commissioner Grady here, we're going to, as the Board of Commissioners prepare to present, yeah, we're going to take a photo. We waited just because we didn't feel like
Just for
we
you.
had enough in the picture. We felt that you would round it off and make it right. So we saved our age-friendly Columbus folks. Did I say round? Did I say that?
You just needed it pretty.
He did
Right, that's
say
what I
the
meant,
two
pretty,
of
that's what I
us
meant, yeah,
could
yeah,
get
yeah.
a great picture. However, we would wait for our third colleague.
And plus, also, I knew how much Commissioner O'Grady would want to be a part of the age-friendly Columbus picture. because he is AG, he is age friendly. And so, so I thought we'd wait for you.
I am not the oldest member of the commission.
Oh, it is. I will just get up and take a picture of that one. Yeah,
Now we're getting really tough here.
Getting testy in here. It's getting
Woo!
The older the better in our world.
That's right. That's right. So you're AC.
And wiser.
Experience queen.
I'll get a few here.
Well, if it says the photographer,
Is that- how's that
professional
fit?
photographer.
down toward the ground just a little bit. This way. There you go. Right there. Good.
I love that.
Very good.
Is that it? Was that it?
Yeah, you got it.
Got it?
Thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Have you had a chance to go into an ARP Ohio with the first?
All right here.
I'll let my colleagues get into their seats first.
Okay, let's proceed with the Board of Commissioners. You're up. You're up.
Oh,
Board of
sorry.
Commissioners.
I'm brand new. Resolution 15218, resolution authorizing general fund support to the Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District for calendar year 2018.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution would provide support from the general fund in the amount of $589,100 to Franklin Soil and Water. Previously, this had been under the drainage engineer as part of the stormwater transfer. In working with the Ohio Department of Agriculture, this resolution is being presented under the Commissioners to help with the state match guidelines. Here today is Jennifer Fish, the Director of Franklin Soil and Water, if you have any questions or...
No questions for me, but do you want to make any comments?
Good morning, Jennifer.
I just wanted to thank you for your support. It's really important, the county support, to making sure we can do outreach and conservation projects throughout Franklin County. We have started a new campaign, and now we're working with 9 districts to do regional outreach. So our current outreach is plant native plants, so we're promoting native plants through a 9-county area. And native plants are important to water quality, pollinators, and birds. So I just want to assure you that your support is being well spent and going to good work, and we try to expand our efforts every year. And with your support, we also get about $240,000 in state match funds.
Which is great, to leverage our funds for additional.
Right.
I will move approval of 15218.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15218 has been adopted.
Thank you. Next up, Sheriff's Office.
Resolution 15318, resolution authorizing a non-general fund supplemental appropriation for the jail management system.
Morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Baldwin. The first resolution authorizes a non-general fund supplemental appropriation within the Jail Management System Fund to process payment for 3 recently completed interfaces. Any questions, ask approval of this resolution.
Glad we're getting to this. I'll move approval of 15318.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15318 has been adopted. Resolution 15418, resolution authorizing a transfer of non-general fund appropriations for the Franklin County Drug Task Force.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes a non-general fund appropriation transfer within the Drug Task Force Fund to procure necessary supplies for future investigations. With no questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 15418.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15418 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board of Elections.
Resolution 15518, resolution authorizing a transfer of general fund appropriations related to the voter registration software upgrade project.
Good morning, Commissioners. If we could, before we begin with the resolution, I would like to extend an invitation to the Commissioners as well as everybody who's attending today's session, as well as our viewers, to attend our upcoming public voting machine demonstrations. We have 2 remaining vendors under consideration. As everyone's invited to come out this Thursday, March 1st, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Board of Elections offices located at 1700 Morse Road. At this Thursday's demonstration, people will be able to see equipment from the first of the 2 vendors, ES&S, Election System and Software. And then next Thursday, March 8th, from 3 to 7, folks will be able to see the equipment from Hart InterCivic. We believe it's critical to get feedback from the residents as we make this critical decision regarding the next generation of voting system in Franklin County. These public demonstrations are the culmination of a process that really began about 11 months ago. During 2007, while putting together the primary and the general elections, our staff also met with vendors, asked a lot of questions, evaluated voting systems, and during that time, we also solicited feedback from various groups in the community, including Katie White and the folks at Aging in Columbus. Age Friendly, thank you. As well as the League of Women Voters and the some of the disability advocacy groups.
Good.
So we encourage members of the public to join us this Thursday, again, March 1st, or next Thursday, March 8th, from 3 to 7 at the Board of Elections. Again, they don't have to be there for both sessions. It'd be great if people can come out for both, but if they can make one, we still want that feedback. We think it's, again, very important in our selection process to get that feedback. So, again, I encourage our commissioners to join us as well.
Before you get off that topic, on those 2 dates, will you have both systems available?
Unfortunately, there'll only be one system on one day.
It's one system on the 1st and one on the 8th. I just wanted to clarify that for people.
And I appreciate that, you're right.
Because in order to get the full trial, you really need to see them both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it does still get to give us feedback as to whether people feel as though they feel confident in the system, they feel comfortable, it's user-friendly.
Right.
That's still valuable, even if it's only given to us on one system.
True.
But obviously, if folks would like to see both, they could join us on both Thursdays.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just add that, I probably will not be able to make those. I'll be in D.C. Next week, and this week I'm traveling on Thursday as it stands. But I also think it may be of value, if this is possible, to have a demonstration at the BOC, the next BOC meeting, if that's possible, because also the viewers could see, so those who couldn't make, those of the public who couldn't make either of those dates out there, it might be a nice option to have a demonstration here at our next BOC meeting and do a run through. If it's possible, it's not, it's no big deal, but it might be a thought.
We'll do that, and as well as if
Yeah.
we could also get some video footage as well of what we're doing during the demonstration. So if we can't have a demonstration here, we might be able to have that, and I don't know if it could be put out on the Channel 3 government channel.
Sure. Whatever we can do to help
Good, yeah.
to allow the public to be a part of this consideration and process and provide feedback, we definitely want to try to do that. And so I don't think it'd be much of an issue to take a few minutes at our next meeting to do a demonstration, but also to try to put it out on the government channel too. So let's work together to try to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm sure if you work with Tyler and Marty in Public Affairs, you can, whether it's on the government access channel or it's on our county website, I'm sure that we can do it, a demonstration there.
I think
Video.
that would
That's a
be
very good
really
suggestion.
helpful, because what we really want to do is get a system so that it makes it easy for people to vote, and and we want to get people to vote.
Absolutely.
Well, that way, if we have a video demonstration,
yeah.
people that want to see it will be
Right.
able to access it. They know how
Right.
to
Yeah.
get to our websites. They
So
know
a
how to-
video would
Exactly.
work,
We can
yeah.
make that, I'm sure, I'm confident we can make that happen, and we can
Good.
work on that. And
Thank you.
See Robin, she's right there.
Exactly. So, well, great. Again, I appreciate you allowing me a little bit of time to discuss that, because I think it is
This
vitally
is
important.
critically important function that we serve in Franklin County,
Good.
is to make it as easy as we can for people to be able to vote. And replacing the machines that are as old as they are.
And I'll put a plug in that we encourage our viewers to reach out to their legislators, to encourage the legislators to make sure that that funding is available. Because I know our Commissioners Association, the Election Official Association have been working with the legislature. We just encourage the public to also reach out to the legislature to encourage them to make sure that the funding's there for additional voting equipment.
I've been on that committee, and as much as I'd like to see more funding coming from the state, we always expected that there wouldn't be as much funding coming from the state as we wanted. So we will hope for the best.
Exactly. And we're preparing to move forward, so we'll be
We're
ready.
getting more out of the legislature than we're getting, than we expected out of the governor's office, and so that's good news.
All right. Well, thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
On to the resolution. What you have is a transfer from the general fund in the amount of $109,285, which will be used for the first phase of upgrading our Board of Elections voter registration software system, which is another critical component of us carrying out at the elections. This phase of the project will lead to a comprehensive plan and framework for the needed upgrades to our user interface of that system, and then the project will lead to a stronger system that we believe will be for a substantially lower cost than moving to any of the existing Ohio certified software systems. And so pending any questions, we'd respectfully request approval of the resolution.
Move approval of 15518.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15518 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
The data center?
Resolution 15618, resolution authorizing a contract with Mapsys, Inc. for senior computer system specialist services specific to the I-Series refresh and remediation project in the amount of $66,555.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lust with the Franklin County Data Center. With me today is Brad Boroff, the Data Center CIO and also CISO. This resolution is for services associated with the I-Series remediation and refresh project. The I-Series is an IBM mid-range server that houses 42 of the applications that are vital for the services that Franklin County provides. Pending any questions, I do request your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 15618.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15618 has been adopted. Resolution 15718, resolution authorizing the settlement of litigation Sulaiman Vasir versus Clarence E. Mingle II et al.
This resolution is for the settlement recommended by the prosecuting attorney's office and discussed in executive session. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 15718.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 15718 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you very much.
JFS, Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution 15818, resolution approving a subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League for continuation of services for at-risk young males of color in the amount of $159,676.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are you?
Good
Joy
morning.
Vivens, Director of Franklin County Job and Family Services.
Arthur Hurst, Deputy Director of DSS Job and Family Services.
Development Support Services for DSS. As you know, Arthur is the Deputy Director that oversees our DSS unit, and which is we consider our contracts unit. So Arthur will, you will see him more often as he will be able to brief on budgets and the contracts that come forward. So this resolution is to approve a subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League to continue overseeing the I Am My Brother's Keeper. As you remember, in 2014, during the Obama administration, there was a call to action which challenges communities to close opportunity gaps for boys of color, young men of color. The program provides education, mentorship, career training, social, emotional, and development services, and much more for at-risk young men on the south side of Columbus. If you remember on briefing last week, we talked about some of the statistics that the south side faces. That particular 43206, 43207 residents on the south side have an unemployment rate nearly 3 times the county average, incarceration rates over 4 times the county average, and the neighborhood vacancy rate nearly 5 times the county average. Since its inception in August 2014, more than 125 boys ages 8 to 17 have taken part in the I Am My Brother's Keeper, including approximately 70 currently enrolled in the program. This program not only this was a 2-generational approach program that not only worked with the boys, but there was also opportunities for parents and guardians to enter into workforce programs and other support services that the Columbus Urban League offered.
Director, I was not able to be here in briefing, but I know there was a pretty robust discussion. One of the questions that I had, and if you can't answer it now, that's fine, but are we seeing progress with the program making an impact on the kids and their families? Do we see that and have any data?
Yes, Commissioner, we do. Some of the things, as you know, there are things that you can measure, and there's some impactful things that you can't measure, right? Like how do you measure exposure, but you know it's impactful. But then there are some metrics that we can. So I'm going to just go over some of the outcomes, if that's okay. 99% of the boys have avoided contact with law enforcement since enrolling in the program. As you know, as I just stated, the incarceration rate is high on the south side. 88% of the parents note positive impacts on their sons' image and self-worth. 83% of the parents identify positive impact on their sons being more optimistic. Parents and caregivers continue to find the overall program to be very beneficial, to have positive impacts on self-image, behavior, and grades. And there's decrease of nearly 70% in disciplines, incidents, and overall improvement in participants' behavior from 2016 to 2017.
Thank you.
This is a program, as we've stated this week, that we're going to be rebranding. So once this contract is over in May, we do have plans for an RFP to come out for this particular initiative, but it most likely, based on your approval, will not be under the I Am My Brother's Keeper title, and we will also be working with girls as well.
Great, because there's a need there too. There are so many needs.
Do you have anything to add?
I think one of they working with Kerwin Institute on OSU's campus, and we use Learning Circle, or their Urban League is using Learning Circle to capture some data. And it's saying that in 2016, 77% were in the alarm warn category, down to 51%. 17% in 2016 were in the watch in good standing, and that raised to 45%. So I think in continuing the program up until May, we're able to keep a cohort of kids on the south side captured, so we can continue the program then with the fall.
Great.
And continue on with our Wraparound Franklin County initiative, when we are looking at other neighborhoods that this program, in districts, this program can be impactful. We know that we cannot boil the ocean due to, the limitation of capacity, especially as it relates to dollars, but we're going to try to collaborate, galvanize, and create as many community partnerships to engage in our next efforts going forward.
Thank you for that as well.
Commissioners, if I may, Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. I just want to emphasize the importance of young men avoiding contact with the criminal justice system. Research shows that just one night's visit in our juvenile detention center has a dramatic impact on as far as reducing their chances of graduating from high school on time. And as we see in the other work that we do here at the county in our smart justice initiatives, that 99% number of of boys avoiding contact with the criminal justice system in an area where all of the demographic factors would suggest that they would have contact. While there's a lot of progress as we look at additional outcome measures, as we look at the next phase of I Am My Brother's Keeper, when it's rebrand and there's a refocus, but I do think that this investment has been worth it. When you think about the costs that are avoided with incarceration and reentry expenses, if these boys would have become part of the system. We need to try to keep them out the system. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but I just wanted to emphasize that.
I do know that, and you're absolutely right. And that one contact decreases the ability to be successful. So I will move approval of 15818.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 15818 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Resolution number 16918, resolution authorizing a modification of the agreement with Ethiopian to Wahedo Social Services to serve as fiscal and administrative agent to assist the New American Advisory Council in the amount of $8,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. Last year, 2017, with Resolution 95, the Board created and established the New American Advisory Council. The New American Advisory Council requires the assistance of a fiscal and administrative agent to carry out its mission, including the convening of the annual New American Forum. They served that role successfully last year, and this resolution seeks to modify the agreement to allow them to serve in that function for this year's New American Forum, which will be held on May 9th, 2018. So everyone should mark their calendars if they can. Pending any questions, this resolution would authorize the attached modification to the agreement to allow ETSS to continue serving in that role for the remainder of 2018.
Chris, can I ask a housekeeping question?
Sure.
Is it because it's an attached modification? Is that why we're jumping from one?
Yes, it required the signature of Job and Family Services as well, and that's why we've rocketed up to the middle of the agenda versus in the Board of Commissioners.
All right. That was, okay. Thank you.
I will move approval of 16918.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16918 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Sanitary engineers.
Resolution 15918, a resolution authorizing a water supply revolving loan account application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Water Development Authority for the design and engineering of the Little Farm Subdivision Waterline Replacement Project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe with Department of Sanitary Engineering. Sanitary Engineer is requesting the authorization of a water supply revolving loan account application to the Ohio EPA and the Ohio Water Development Authority for the design and engineering of Little Farm Subdivision Waterline Replacement Project. This project involves the reconstruction of approximately 30,600 feet, or approximately 5.8 miles, of waterline infrastructure within and throughout the Prairie Township area known as Little Farm Subdivision and the area of Prairie Township formerly known as Village of New Rome. Within the next month, the department intends to solicit the professional services of an engineering design firm for this project. At this time, the estimated cost of such services may be as high as $1 million. However, we expect the number to be less once we are able to identify a firm via the RFQ process. The WSRLA terms offered via the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency is an interest rate of 1.31% for a period of 5 years. Pending any questions or comments, I respectfully request the passage of this resolution.
I'll move for passage of 15918.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 15918 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Child Support Enforcement.
Resolution 16018, resolution authorizing a 4D contract with the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas Division of Domestic Relations and Juvenile Branch in the amount of $1,258,568.50.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lori Torriero, Assistant Director at the Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency. This resolution is a annual contract that we enter into with our courts, the juvenile, specifically the juvenile division of the Court of Common Pleas. This is due to the volume of cases that come through that court through child support or impacting child support. So this contract allows us to reimburse the court for the cost of 3 magistrates who are dedicated solely to the child support program, as well as various support staff. A unit of service is defined as 1 hearing before a magistrate, and so the cost then is distributed for the attached personnel. Pending any questions, I'd request your approval.
Move approval of 16018.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16018 has been adopted. Resolution 16118, resolution authorizing the 4D contract with the Franklin County Data Center in the amount of $340,374.88.
Commissioners, this contract includes both the Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency's use of the central data center systems, such as the iSeries and Munis and other systems that we need to tap into. Also, the data center now houses our document imaging system software, as well as the actual storage of the images themselves. Pending any questions, I'd request approval.
Move for passage of 16118.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16118 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution 16218, review a petition of Annex 26.2 plus acres from Plain Township to the City of New Albany, case number ANX 0418.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 1 annexation petition of 26.2 acres from Plain Township to the City of New Albany. The area to be annexed includes property located at Central College Road, that's south of Central College, north of East Dublin Granville, and east of Johnstown Road, and just west of the Licking County line. Petition was filed filed by Agent Attorney Jackson B. Reynolds, who is in attendance if you have any questions, on behalf of the property owners, PNC Bank, trustee under the Albert Strauss Trust. 100% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the City of New Albany, and the applicant has provided a copy of the annexation agreement between Plain Township and the City of New Albany. Petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.022 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
I'll move approval of 16218.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16218 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public Facilities Management.
Resolution number 16318, resolution authorizing recycling of information technology equipment declared obsolete by the Franklin County Automatic Data Processing Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator, on behalf of Public Facilities Management. The first resolution is a periodic resolution that comes before you and would authorize IT equipment that has been identified by the Data Board as available for recycling to be then disposed of per the sustainability policies of the Board by Public Facilities Management. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
Move approval of 16318.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16318 has been adopted. Resolution number 16418, resolution authorizing a contract agreement with Farber Corporation to perform plumbing activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center in the amount of $10,380,000.
The next two resolutions are companion resolutions in regard to the new construction of the Correction Center out on Fisher Road. The first contract is for Faber Corporation for plumbing services. There were 4 bids received. Farber was the lowest bidder. They are a local firm here in Columbus. Signatory to Local 189. Farber is LEED certified and therefore will have 100% participation in our small and emerging business utilization plan. There will be about 18 jobs at peak, and the owner's representative and construction manager are supportive of this award. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
It's nice to see the diversity participation in this. It's important as we move forward
Yes.
that the contracts have that participation for our community's benefit. I'll move for passage of Resolution 16418.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 16418 has been adopted. Resolution 16518, resolution authorizing a contract agreement with Electrical Specialist Incorporated, doing business as the Superior Group, to perform electrical activities associated with construction of the Franklin County Correction Center in the amount of $25,870,000.
Commissioners, this contract is with Superior for electrical services, again, at the new site for the correction center. 2 bids were received. Superior was the low bidder, They are also a local firm here in Columbus, signatory to Local 683. And 17.7% of the participation will be of diversity participation with 3 firms on the small and emerging business utilization plan. Jobs created as part of this contract will be about 40 at peak. The owner's representative and the construction manager are both supportive of this award. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
I'm glad we're making progress on our aspirations for diversity, inclusion.
Yes, we're doing everything we can within the bounds of the legal parameters that we have at the county, but continuing to make every best effort as that we can.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
and certainly on behalf of the whole team and Keena Smith, Marlise Wicker, our small and emerging business lead, our construction management team, purchasing, we're doing everything, using all the tools at our disposal and continuing working with the prosecuting attorney's office to see what more that we can do in this regard.
Thank you. I'll move for passage of 16518.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
16518 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Homeland Security and Justice Programs.
Resolution 16618. Resolution authorizing receipt of the Franklin County FY 2017 Stop Violence Against Women Act blocked and administrative grant awards.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson on behalf of the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. The Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services has awarded to Franklin County $576,044.25 in FY 2017 Stop Violence Against Women Act block grant funding and a related administrative award totaling $16,840.77, which does require a local match of $5,613.59, which equates to a 25% of that administrative award. This block award amount reflects a 2.5% increase over the FY 2016 award. As you know, Commissioners, VAWA funding helps to support our victims and our survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and dating violence. For calendar year 2017, VAWA supported direct services to 1,523 victims in Franklin County and training for an additional 2,834 related professionals and volunteers. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval to accept the block and admin award and to authorize the required 25% match for the administrative award.
Melissa, if this gets approved, you will then go through a process of selecting the organizations to receive these dollars, correct?
That is correct. In fact, the next resolution before you, Commissioner, has 8 of those sub-recipient awards, and we'll be bringing an additional 4 at a later date.
I'll move for passage of 16618.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution 16618 has been adopted. Resolution number 16718, resolution authorizing 8 sub-grant awards and contracts for services to provide victim services and enhance law enforcement and prosecution under the FY 2017 Stop Violence Against Women Act block grant in the amount of $341,151.18.
So Commissioners, now that we have the VAWA Block Award accepted, before you are 8 sub-recipient awards totaling $341,151.18. Specifically, we are recommending 2 sub-grant awards to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office totaling $77,000. That will support their dedicated domestic violence detective and targeted warrants enforcement. 3 sub-grant awards totaling $188,457.70 to the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office and the Columbus City Attorney's Office, and that will continue to support their dedicated specialized prosecution sections, along with a dedicated stalking advocate in the Columbus City Attorney's Office. And 3 sub-grant awards totaling $75,693.48 to support victim services by the Ethiopian Toledo Social Services, Mount Carmel Health Foundation, and Ohio Hispanic Coalition. All projects before you have been brought before the Franklin County Criminal Justice Planning Board and recommended for funding and have a history of meeting or exceeding their performance targets and compliance with all grant requirements. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of these 8 sub-grant awards.
Move approval of 16718.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16718 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution 16818, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,378,965.52.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cuspert, representing the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 91 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as to availability funds by the county auditor. If any questions, I recommend their approval.
Move for passage of 16818.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 16818 has been adopted.
What are Commissioners?
Resolution 17018, resolution reappointing Linda D. Craig to the Franklin County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. Ms. Craig has been a board appointee in good standing and currently serves as President of the Board of Developmental Disabilities. Pending any questions, would recommend this reapproval.
Move approval of resolution 17018.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 17018 has been adopted. Resolution 17118, resolution appointing Michael J. Underwood to the Franklin County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Mr. Underwood is currently an attorney at Porter Wright. Pending any questions, would recommend approval of this appointment.
I'll move for approval of 17118.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution 17118 has been adopted.
Are there any generalizations?
Yes, one. Case Annex 0618, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, Annex 0618, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on February 20th, 2018. The petition is requesting to annex 3.814 plus acres from Mifflin Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on March 27, 2018.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you read resolution?
But she got it.
172?
Yeah.
I have it. Resolution 17218, resolution of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners to convene into executive session to confer the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office concerning pending or imminent litigation.
I will move to convene into executive session to confer with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are subject to or pending or imminent court action.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady? Commissioner Boyce? We are now in executive session.
Going in the briefing room?